Before we start, this is a content advisory. Peoria After Dark contains explicit language and mature subject matter, including discussions of sex, nightlife, power dynamics, and real life experiences. Nothing on this show is intended to promote harm, illegal activity, or exploitation. Names may be changed, identities may be protected, and some stories are shared with consent. Listener discretion is advised. Hey, this is 61P the Robotic DJ kicking the ones and twos, and this is Peoria After Dark, Episode 2, the BBL economy. Every era has a currency. Ours learned how to walk into a room before it even spoke. In this city, and in a lot of others, bodies stop being personal and start becoming profitable. This isn't about surgery or trends. It's about demand. It's about access. It's about who gets paid and who takes the risk. And when desire turns into a business, the rules change. Welcome to the BBL economy. Welcome to Peoria After Dark. Now you see it on social media, and you see it in the clubs. You see it on the block. But the real story, the one nobody talks about, is the system behind it. Who finances it, who promotes it, who profits, and who carries the cost. Consent under pressure, validation is currency, and risk traded like stock. That's the BBL economy, and ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. This isn't about surgery or vanity. It's about demand. It's about access. Now, every procedure, every Instagram post, every bottle served in a club is part of a system most people don't want to admit exists. And when the stakes are high, the rules change. And when money meets influence, power moves quietly, but consequences hit loud. This is Peoria After Dark. And it didn't start overnight. The attention economy built it brick by brick. Surgeons saw opportunities and promoters saw control. Social media amplified every step. Overnight, the standards shifted, not gradually, not politely, but fast and with a clear message. Your body could earn you what your resume never would. Ain't that a shame? And that's where it becomes more than just a trend. It's economics, incentives, supply and demand, and visibility as currency. But who really sees the cost, though? The late nights, the surgeries, the aging out, the emotional toll, very few. Most people just see the surface, the clout, curves, money in motion, but the ledger doesn't lie. Somebody's always paying with interest. Now let's break it down. The first layer is the clinics and the surgeons. They market precision, transformation, and all types of other crazy shit. Excuse my language. Aspirations. They collect cash up front, sometimes before the pain begins. Second layer promotes club owners, promoters, managers. They organize access. They create the stage. They take their cut, and the rules of the room are theirs to enforce. The third layer, the high spenders, the big rollers, the big doggies, the sponsors, the attention buyers. They control without desire and without accountability. And then there's the people living in all of it. Those whose body is the product and the currency is the collateral. Every layer above them profits. Every risk lands squarely on them. That's the system. That's the ledger. That's the BBL. Now, choices under pressure is still a choice, but it isn't free. When rent is due, bills are stacked, and the opportunity is scarce, the lines between survival and exploitation blur. And that's why Peoria After Dark exists. Not to judge, not to glorify, but to document this reality. There's a documentation here, baby. People talk about the shine, the fame, the attention, but they rarely talk about what it costs. You can't talk about the good without talking about the bad. The health complications that show up years later down the line. You ain't thinking about that. The relationship strained or broken. Not thinking about that. You're going to need them later on. The mental toll of carrying performance as a livelihood. Yeah, the Chitlin circuit for your whole life. The silence when the lights fade and the validation disappears. You gotta understand, the night always pays, but it collects that interest. Now, here's the part people miss. The role of the audience, the consumers, men, women, peers, they all participate, even indirectly, even passively. Every like, every tip, every attention reinforces the system. Culture rewards the outcome, the curve, the attention, the spectacle, but it ignores the cost, man. That's why silence is so dangerous. Not because we're exposing people, because pretending it doesn't exist allows the system to keep running unchecked. Another thing, trends fade, moments pass, systems endure. Once something becomes profitable, pretending not to see it doesn't protect you from it. Desire is powerful, and influence is quiet. Risk lands loud. The night always pays. But remember, it collects interest. Same city, different rules. This is Peoria After Dark. Thank you. Make sure you get up with me, 61P the robotic DJ, and live from 61st and Peoria. Straight up.